Good morning, everyone. I come in front of you today to answer some of the questions that people have asked me about mentoring. It's a great way to conclude mentoring month. So here we go. First question is, why should you consider enrolling in a high touch mentoring program? So first, let's define high touch. High touch, I believe that you always need to have panel of mentors, right? Instead of just one mentor. At Wings, we define high touch by having a mentor, coach, champion, and an advisor. So this is how we support each mentee during their development. So definitely look for more than one mentor and create a panel of mentors. And then why should you enroll in the program? If you're looking for a change or a stretch role, or if you're feeling stuck, right? Once you're stuck, all doors to developments are closed, right? So you definitely need to get unstuck as quickly as possible. And there's no better way to do this than being in a mentoring program. Hope that helps. Next question. If I already have a mentor, how do I know my mentor is right for me? So funny it is, I have a rule called TIM, TIM, right? So T stands for teacher. So some mentor is a great mentor when he or she is a great teacher at heart, right? You can't be a great mentor if you don't know how to be a good teacher. So T. I for investor. The mentor has to be invested in your growth, right? Just giving advice and hope it works, and it really is counseling. It's not mentoring. Mentoring, you need to be committed to somebody's development and growth. So to me, that's huge investment, just almost like a career parent. M for measuring success. So we always tell mentees, you have to measure your success, you have to measure your success. How about mentors? They have to measure their success at how impactful they are in mentoring their mentees, right? So I always recommend all our mentors to keep their logs on their success stories, what has worked, what hasn't worked, how they have improved. So if the program is bringing mentors who are prepared and equipped, something like this, that's a great program. So hope that helps. The next question is what I should look for in a mentoring program. So first is the program has to help you design, develop your own plan, right? Your own growth plan or your own development plan. Without wings and a flight map, you can't really fly. And flight map is your development plan. And I know sometimes it's very hard to keep track of what you want to do, your activities, why you want to get there, your goals and your objectives. Hard to track and document. But without that, you're not focused. You need to have that. Second, we already talked about mentor who really knows how to be a good mentor and a teacher, and they are invested in you. And third, the program that gives you an opportunity to practice what you are learning makes you a great mentor and a great leader, right? So if somebody's coming to pay it forward for you, then you have to pay it forward. Is the only way we can move the needle in the right direction in a speedy way. So Wings calls this as a multiplier effect, right? That we help our mentees and we teach them how to become leader and a mentor, and they go and help someone. So again, these are the three very important things that you should look for in a mentoring program. How do I find a good mentor for myself? So that's a very common question we always get asked, right? But oftentimes, what I find that first you have to find yourself. If you don't know what you need and if you are lost, how can your mentor help you, right? You need to know exactly what doors you want open, where you need help. Now sometimes you may not have a clarity, and I give that, and the mentoring process should really bring that clarity on what you want to do, how do you want to get there. But honestly, you should have something that you can say, here's a stake in the ground, right? So I definitely think finding yourself and doing that soul search and figuring out what really makes you excited and motivated is the first important step. And then you go and meet with as many people as you can who are aligned to what you want to accomplish, right? And again, look for that important thing that they are invested in you, they are helping you because they believe in you or they believe in the process of mentoring, and they are great teachers at heart, right? So it doesn't matter men, women, Asian, Latinos, Mexican, whatever. It doesn't matter what ethnic background they come from. They have to be good teachers. So the next question is interesting one. How do I choose between mentoring program run by my company versus external mentoring program? So I don't know if you need to choose, right? It really depends on what you are getting from each of these programs. If the company program is giving you opportunity to grow, it's giving you all the skills and support that you need, and then all the exposure and the mobility that you need, and you believe in that company and you want to grow with that company, you like your boss, there is no reason to change. You should stick with the program that company is offering you. You are getting what you need from them, so why change? But opposite to that, if you're looking for a program where you don't want your HR or your boss or others to really watch over your shoulder and see how you're progressing or not progressing, you want some independence, right? Then definitely look for an external mentoring program. And sometimes it's very healthy, right? Because then you're focused on you. You're not thinking about how you're being perceived or who's watching you. So I do sometimes recommend that you should go look for an external mentoring program, but the program has to be really good. So hope that helps. Hope all of you are excited about getting into some kind of mentoring program. Hope you look us up at www.wingsforgrowth.org. And more importantly, look, these are my views and this is what my experience tells me, but I every day learn from other people's experience as well. So please let me know if you agreed, you didn't agree, you have a different point of view. I would love to read about your perspective. So hope to see you soon there. Bye.